don't want to do anything inappropriate. The first pope, Pope Francis, to attend the G7, an ancient relic of a leader that used to threaten kings in the Catholic Church, the Pope, the leader of the Catholic Church. Uh, so, a leader with actually, I don't know if the Pope used to have standing armies back in the ancient days, but he would threaten to excommunicate the king from the Holy Church. Most famously, of course, King Henry VIII, who said "fuck the church," and then the Protestants, and all that stuff. Martin Luther, big long history with the Catholic Church, and I think they used to have standing armies back in the day, back in Rome, back in the Roman Empire, and I don't know. It goes real far back, right? The Catholic Church, the Vatican. Now, my views on the Catholic Church, a man really doesn't speak for God. So to have a conduit, to have a religious or a religious following in which man communicates with God, communes with God. Well, man, I mean, they don't. He never claims to be God, but it's very similar. It's kind of similar, I'd say, a little bit. So, the Pope, inappropriate, yeah. Pope Francis, and they're always like these super ancient old guys that can barely keep their health together to stay afloat. And well, I guess Pope Francis is in good company with Joe Biden, I suppose. Really old guys. People read those Dan Brown novels, Illuminati. Yeah, it's all very interesting. The Vatican Library, Angels and Demons, the Da Vinci Code. It's exciting. It's an ancient order, isn't it? It is. It's an exciting one. Yeah, there is an ancient history to the Catholic Church. Yeah, it is kind of fascinating, I'd say. A little bit, yeah. An ancient religions and ancient cultures trying to survive in the ever-changing technological and biological evolving, or at least the technologically evolving world of the 21st century. Ancient religions and ancient orders and ancient people, rituals try to stay afloat in the ever-changing 21st century world. That is really fascinating. So an ancient figurehead of the Catholic Church, the Pope, has to talk about 21st century technological topics like artificial intelligence. So it's kind of funny. He gets on the microphone and he's like, I tell the corporate executives to be careful in the development of the artificial intelligence. I want your executives to be very, very careful with the deployment of the artificial intelligence. I warn against building androids and artificial sapient consciousnesses. I warn humanity not to make replicas or try to play God and make androids and robots. It is kind of a funny thing for the Pope to have to come out and say stuff like that, isn't it? Like, especially given the history of Catholicism, that some I'm sure that the ancient Catholics didn't really have to worry about this. And what the Pope's going to come out and advise us about aliens and extraterrestrials too? Yeah, I doubt ancient religions really have answers for perplexing, you know, amazing questions in technology and extrasolar biology. I doubt that they have a lot of things to say about that. So we put the butter and the chives on the hash browns. Oh yeah, we're gonna make like a bowl. I don't know if I'll use all of this though, but I'm still gonna use like. I'm the Pope. I'm gonna talk about the artificial intelligence. Some ancient man and his ancient religion and an ancient denomination. Gonna talk about. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess popes would be able to threaten kings in the past with excommunication if they didn't follow the edicts of the Catholic Church, and so. But their biggest thing, they really didn't have powerful armies to smite your ass and come with a gigantic army to kill you. They would do something called it's excommunication. So you'd be excommunicated from the church, and that means you're going to hell. Okay, so that's really bad. So you don't want to go to that hell place because that's a place of torture and agony and suffering forever. Your soul burns in hell. Your soul burns. Yeah, that idea. Yeah. So a person burns in a fire or an accident, explosion, but yeah, our souls burn. Pretty creative, I guess, if you think about it. It's really creative work. Our essence burns in a place of spiritual torture forever. Yeah. It's very creative, but logically it doesn't make any fucking sense. But creative points, fictional points, narrative points, I gotta give him points for that. That's pretty creative. All right. It was the end of the bag of the hash brown, so I decided to tidy it up there. Pope and the AI. Beauty and the Beast. Pope and the Robo. Robo Pope. You having fun with it now? Robo Pope? Yeah, I don't know if people would want to see that movie. It would be inappropriate. Inappropriate. The Pope would not approve. Inappropriate. Inappropriate. So my stepdad really got into the Pope confirmation. He was like, you gotta watch this. This is the ancient ceremony. They've been doing this for thousands of years. And like he was getting so excited about it. And I was like, okay. They're like, ooh, Domine, and I was like, okay, they're speaking Latin. Cool. I guess. Oh. Don't nominate, don't do, blah, blah, blah. Catholicism, a denomination of Christianity that has convinced thousands, millions of girls and young women that sexual desires are somehow a sin, and so they hold off getting married and having children until it dries up, like idiocracy. But it's fine because their desires and their lusts are evil, and they don't matter in religion. No, because it's a sin if they have lust and their own desires and carry them through, even if they want it, even if they desire it. It's, ooh, I can't kiss a man. That's evil. Catholic girls wait much too late. But sooner or later comes down to fate. Only the good die young. So that Billy Joel. Oh yeah, the Joel. Right? That's some great shit. I like that song. Only the good die young. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get out of the irony and the uh, hilarity of Pope talking about artificial intelligence and androids and stuff like that. The hilarity of it all, right? It's just ridiculous. Talk about irony and strange bedfellows. That's about the most ridiculous, it's ridiculous shit, really. Clown world is in full swing with Joe Biden and the Democrats in control of this country and this world, or the liberal global world order, whatever you'd like to call them. So, clown world is in full display, full activation of stupidity and incompetence and failure. So, team failure, team America, team global world order, world police are in full failure mode. And Russians have a thermonuclear submarine parked off the coast of about 100 miles from the United States off the coast of Cuba with 3 other warships. That would have never happened under Donald Trump. Oh. All right, so now we got the butter, the chives. Yeah, they were showing Biden wander off at the G7 summit. Yeah, he was like wandering off into space. It wasn't like, it wasn't like a younger person looking to the sky, looking to the horizon, questioning destiny, thinking about, it wasn't like a philosophical moment. It wasn't like a contemplative moment. It wasn't like he was trying to take a picture or, oh, this is beautiful. No, it was like straight up like nursing home shit. It was straight up just, where am I at? Like wandering around. And I guess they have these people for Joe Biden that come, it's usually a woman. He usually has some kind of White House staffer for the Biden-Harris administration. It's usually somebody who works, for the governments. And there's always somebody who, when he wanders off, that goes, hey, Mr. President, the event's over here. And there's always somebody who's younger that pulls him back from the brink of whatever. He's like a horse that has wandered off from the stable. It's what the fuck? Oh man. Most conservatives and Republicans and Trump supporters think that the Democrat Party, the DNC, the Democrat National Convention, will try to swap out Joe Biden in August. I believe the Republican National Convention is in July. I believe the DNC one is in August. So where most Republicans, most conservatives in this country, most Trump supporters believe that they're going to do the switcheroo, the fabled switcheroony. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. For a Hollywood movie idea, they had Sharknado. It was like they had Hurricane Heist. They had Sharknado, where the tornadoes and the big storm hits the United States and there's sharks everywhere. I had a better one though, like a better Hollywood movie. What if it was, okay, there was a nuclear attack, and then the mushroom cloud came, and then there was a hurricane right after that. It would be a hurricane. It'd be a nuclear NATO. A hurricane NATO. A hurricane. Something. A nuke cane. A nuke cane. Nuclear hurricane. like a double fucking disaster. It's like there's war, but there's also like a major weather event that. Yeah, that'd be a nightmare scenario. Probably a good plot for a movie or something, right? But like not. Hurricane Apocalypse or something like Hurricane Apocalypse. Oh, Hurricane Nuclear. Hurricane Nuclear. I think I finally got it. The Hurricane Nuclear. Yeah, I think you finally combined it to make it to be awesome. The Hurricane Nuke. The Hurricane. The ultimate shitstorm in cinema. Gen Z millennials struggling to buy homes. I wonder why. TikTok. You're waiting for Jeopardy. Who fucked up? Who fucked up everything? And that's the final Jeopardy question. It's like ding, 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 ding. And then one person puts Trump in the answer, and then the host Alex Trebek or someone, right, or Miam Bialek. They say, sorry, you're wrong. And then the two people who got Biden, they're like, you're correct. You're our Jeopardy champion. Ding, ding. Sorry, don't say Biden. It's Biden and the Democrats. Ding. Oh, you have won the top prize. You have solved Final Jeopardy. Congratulations. You got money and a new car. Oh, yeah. Those replacement hosts for like Pat Sajak and Alex Trebek, it's like they're just not. They don't have any style. They don't have any. You know what? Like those old guys, they're like really cool and shit. That's what they can't really like replace about the new game, because like the guys that are coming out now just aren't cool. They're just not like they're not calm, collected. They're not. They're kind of just like, I don't know. They're filling shoes and they're getting a paycheck, and I'm sure they like that part when it's payday. But it doesn't seem like their heart and soul's in it, you know? It's like they don't seem to be passionate about what they're doing. And that's, you could tell people are just showing up, or if they have passion for what they're actually doing. You can tell that's a considerable difference. Showing up versus giving a shit. Those are They can be polar opposite spectrum. The Hurricane nuclear bomb coming to a movie theater near you. Hurricane nuclear. Hurricane nuclear. It's gonna get ya. Love it. Oh yeah, so there's tropical. They call it tropical troubles. I call it the Tropikill. So we're gonna have the Tropikill this week, starting Monday. So oh boy, I bet the grocery store is gonna be a madhouse the next few days. Yeah, it's not a full-blown Force 5 hurricane, but it is something slow, deadly. It's a slow-moving system that's forming a tropical depression around the Bay of Campeche, and then it's showing increasing rain, 60%, 60%, 70% some days, and it's supposed to last from, well, it begins on the initial thing starts up on Father's Day, but then it increases in intensity on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. All those 4 days are supposed to be just raining and raining and raining. Most of the models say the heaviest stuff is gonna be by the coast, the Texas Gulf Coast, but you know, it could slide up a little bit. So just saying. And if you have rain that's sustained and thunderstorms for 3 to 4 days, yeah, there's gonna be fucking problems. So the last sunny weekend, and then if there's flooding and problems with school and work and affairs, business, the business of America. Damn. Making those hash browns. I like my hash browns brownie brown. I like my shit brown, like Downtown Julie Brown. The old MTV VJ, video DJ, back in the old days. She was called Downtown Julie Brown. It always sound kind of naughty. Downtown Julie Brown. Ooh, downtown indeed. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. You Microsoft executives and Google Alphabet, Facebook Meta platforms, Elon Musk, Apple computers. You do not be building the sexual android robots, the pleasure models. Don't you? Now remember, with artificial intelligence, you must be responsible and ethical. Don't do anything God wouldn't do. Wow. The Pope. He's quite popular. Popular. Would you like some Hurricane Nuke? Yeah, my grandma would say hurricane like John F. Kennedy from Boston. They would say, she was from Oklahoma, but she would say the hurricanes. And then in Boston, Massachusetts, the guy, JFK, right, he would say Hurricanes. I don't know what the hurricane is, but okay. But we call it down here in the South, we call it with an A, we call it hurricane. Like sugar cane, you know. So, anyways, just little dialectical differences. Potato and potato and tomato. But it's interesting why that is. Ah. You say tomato, I say tomato, you say tomato, but it's still the same shit at the end of the day. I didn't, that Sorrel de Amor finance, I didn't mean to catch her ire. Man, she has a sexy body. Sexy body. Is she a Kiwi or she's Australian? But she does the financial stuff. Man, she's fucking, her butt cheeks are just out of this world. And she's a very beautiful model and financial advisor on YouTube, you know. Sorrel. That's her. I think she might have changed her name. Maybe she had a stalker or something. She probably had a stalker. She was really hot, right? She's famous, hot, and very successful, so yeah, they're probably stalker. Stalker. So she probably had to change her channel to something else, and she renamed it something else. I don't know. It was because of a stalker. And some of these guys, they don't really just stop at a message or something, right? They like go actually find the woman's location and where she's vlogging at, and where she's filming videos. They actually get information on her, and they actually, you know, hunt her down, you know, like in real time. And so frightening for these women that do this kind of public engagement type work on social media and so forth. The influencers, the YouTubers, the social media types. Men have to worry just a little bit less, just because we don't have the sexy bodies of a goddess. So, doesn't mean that anything can't happen to any public speaker or figure, but women, you know, they got the goods, let's say. They got the good goods. So, they got the booty, literally. They got the treasure. So here in American English, we say data. Most people say data. And then over there, in the Kiwi and the Australian, the land down under, they say dada, like daddy. Like dada. I think on the live stream I said, hey, is it dada? And she goes, yes, it's dada. And I'm never going to stop pronouncing it that way. I was like, oh, I was just joking around though. But I suppose some people take the potato and the potato stuff very seriously. You know, depending on where you come from, what kind of Commonwealth or English speaking nation or continent that you come from. So, yeah, I didn't know that was such a sensitive topic. The data versus data. I didn't mean to offend the New Zealanders or the Australians. No, just that one. Maybe she seemed slightly annoyed. Maybe not really angry. But anyways. I love the rain. Here she comes again. I'm only happy when it rains. I'm only happy with the night gone black. Yeah, the Shirley Manson and Garbage. She's great. Scottish singer. That killed the boys back in the day on MTV. All the teenage boys would see that on the music television. There's a Scottish redhead princess dancing around, looking depressed or yelling about her depression. All the teenage boys were like, ah. I think are the hash browns browned adequately? They look brownish. Brownish. Ishage. They look, it's kind of like ish. Is that funny? Some people don't think that Jim Carrey's funny. Some people don't think that Sacha Baron Cohen is funny. I always found that funny, the shenanigans with the accents and the different characters and shit. I always found that funny. Borat and Bruno and all that. I like when he's like in his German, Austrian Bruno character. And he's like, well, it's kind of like ish. It's like Borat has like really silly, very nice. How much? How much your sister? See, some people don't think that's funny. I think it's like the foreigner humor. That's bravo. The accent humor, the puns. Why are you fighting? Hamas or Hamas? He's like, and then Hamas says, Hamas, the guy who represents Hamas, he goes, hummus. Everybody in the Middle East eats it. It's made from beans. It's food. It's a bean dip, hummus, right? And he goes, there's no, Hamas and hummus is not the same. We eat it. It's food. You like that kind of humor? Yeah. How much for your sister? Very nice. Is your daughter old enough yet? Oh, very nice. Yeah, that's excellent. See, yeah, some people don't have a sense of humor. They don't really think that's all that funny, right? So. Your king. Hey. Oh, just some eggs and hash browns. You already had your taco bowl? Okay, I think I'm gonna. Your King Osama is like a dirty wizard. That was one of my favorite lines. Oh, you got it wrong? Yeah. My what? Oh, no, the HDMI cord wasn't working. So I just put it up. For right now. No. The port isn't working. Yeah, so I just put it in the closet. I might play around with it later. I'm not throwing it in the trash late until I definitively Know that it's broken and there's no.
And you put the extra power plug on the floor in there
Huh?
to it? Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll take that. I'll take the power cord back and put it up. Yep. Yeah, the HDMI port wasn't working, so I just put it up temporarily, and I hooked my laptop up so to the big TV, and I hooked up old Bessie just to see. I'll fix everything. I just made a temporary, you know. I did troubleshooting, and I figured out that the cords weren't the problem. It was the HDMI port that went out. So, but I mean, I'm gonna experiment with it again. Huh? Right, exactly. If it's broken, then unfortunately I might have to retire it. But so we have some shredded bacon and sausage with an egg, and I'm gonna put it in there. And then we have some hash browns and an egg over there. That's sort of breakfast that wasn't eaten. I don't like wasting food, and but some people, they just waste food all the time. I don't like to, because waste not, want not. So I recycled yesterday's uneaten breakfast into a new one with a new egg and some hash browns to make a nice brunch breakfast bowl. And so, snap, crackle, pop. And we don't stop. Oh, hell yeah. The Wheeler Bowler happening over here. Okay. All right, here we go. Da, da, da. So what do we need here? Well, we need, okay, pepper. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Doon, 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 doon. Then we're going to need yeah, Taylor Swift going into age 35 and flying towards 40, trying to hold on to the magic of youth. It's going to be entertaining, like midlife crisis. Like, I guess Beyonce's having a pretty good midlife crisis, huh? Yeah. It's like when younger girls start to replace the aging pop stars. That's going to be like fascinating. How do the mega stars, the billionaire stars like Taylor Swift, how do they cope when they get replaced by the new it girls? The new vagines on the block, right? All right, so we put that. Ooh, that is, yeah, with the ranch dressing and the Tabasco, it just. All right. Let me get it mixed up. Yeah. Got the iced tea, of course. Da, da, da. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. My dog needs to. After I finish my bowl, I'm gonna replace my dog's food bowl as well. I already gave her fresh water, but looks like she tore into some of the chow. But chow,